Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 6-Minute Daily on Wednesday. We are almost at the end of the month of February. It is now the 25th, and we are closing in on the end of the month shortly. There's only 3 days left in the month, I think, unless this is a leap year, which I'm not sure if it is or isn't. I really don't pay attention to that. But I'll just say that the box office isn't going to bounce back, which is what today's conversation was about this morning in the first video we dropped of the day. I just want to say thank you to everybody who was here early, including Ruby Hoove, who gifted a Culture Casino membership, Ms. Pick Cafe, who's keeping me up to speed on who's very generous this morning, which includes our friend Snarky Distinct Nugget, who gifted 10 Culture Casino memberships. So thank you for keeping track of that, Ms. Pick Cafe, and to okay, I guess we're going to do it this way. Anyway, so thank you very much for being here, everybody. We got Tom F. in the audience. It's good to see you, my friend. I'm still praying for you. Texas 84 out there as well. And of course, Putin. Putin's out there. Yeah, I froze. I was frozoned. There's a superhero character you should be using in live action. We've got so many other great people here, including Fat Elvis. Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button. Our favorite radio station, Caledon 910, is here saying hello to Walter Tomaszewski. It's good to see you all this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Corporeal Being here, and over on the Green Machine, we also have Tobak. And looks like Catslave. Good morning to all of you. Tobak, Catslave, and all the ships at sea on the Green Machine. I thank you for keeping that alive and well. Dr. Jill, thanks so very much. Am I back? Am I in real time? I feel like I'm in real time. And good morning to Davina Duckworth. It's good to see you as well. We've got a lot of stories, 17 in all. We want to get through them all. We want things to be good for you all. That's all I want in life. And let's see if we can fix how the camera fixates on me. That would be a step in the correct direction. We got 20 seconds until we get to what we've got to do. We got to say hi to Snorpipescu Burr, of course. And we've got to say hi to Georgia Peach. Good morning, dear. Thank you for your commentary yesterday. Frank's here. Say hi to Frank. Everybody, Frank's here. Randall Orser is also here from the Great White North, eh? And Morgan King, the amazing gift king, says 5 by 5 and not frozen. Well, there you go. 6 minutes starts now. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it in. So, let's go. Boom. The USA, Team USA's hockey team, triumph. They're capping the Milan Cortina Olympics. I can't speak today. I talked to my friend Loki for a while this morning. That's probably why I'm tongue-tied. But 20.7 million viewers saw that. Pretty cool. And let's see. Oh, I got a Clifflex telling me for 5 Culture Casino cash. You gotta make it to MegaCon this year. If you don't, it will be a lame party. No, my friend, it'll be a glorious party. And I'm still not completely X'd out. I'm going to try, my friend. It's Coma Goins out there. Good to see you. Let's keep going, though. We've got plenty of stories to get to. I don't want to leave any story behind, just like I don't want to leave any super chat behind. Paramount boosts bid for Warner Brothers to $31 a share could lead to superior proposal over Netflix. This already is a superior proposal. This is all baloney sausage and trying to, not show panic at a point in time when they're all very panicked about Warner Brothers being acquired by Paramount. Warner Brothers board warms to Paramount's sweetened bid. Of course they do. They want the money. They don't have to wait for it. They don't have to wait for 2 companies to be sold, just one. Yeah, Makes a lot of sense. Valiant Renegade was talking about that yesterday. Mouse Mouthpiece is out. That's right. Christina Shecky leaving Disney the same day that Josh D'Amaro takes over as CEO officially, which is officially the same day that Iger's officially out, which I'm officially happy for. I don't know about any of you. We got God of War live action casting Ed Skrein as Baldur. This is perfect casting. And by the way, Ed Skrein is just weird enough to make all these roles work. Just remember him back in Game of Thrones before they changed the character. Sony's going to reboot Spider-Man universe with new people. Several box office flops and things like that. I think this is maybe a mistake. Let it rest for a little while and get rid of that lady that's in charge of all of that. We got Scream 7 to yell at 60 million in a global debut. Anytime talking about a global debut, they're telling you this is not going to be a huge start. And that's a problem. When you can start reading what they're trying to say as they're trying to say it, you know that they've been telling us lies for just far too long. We've got 60 minutes with the clock ticking on them. This story from Hollywood Reporter is worth a read, talking about CBS's flagship network getting rid of its flagship news program. And it'll be very different if it does return in a lot of different ways, like maybe telling the truth. We got 3 more minutes to get through the balance of the AP stories. Hegseth warns Anthropic to let the military use the company's AI tech as it sees fit and not to limit it, nor to dive too deeply into it, nor to parse from it. They're really going to pay very close attention to this and maybe use the War Powers Act to take it away. We've got Facebook owner Meta to buy AI chips from AMD to deal worth about $100 billion. They're going to play a lot of catch up for a long time if they think they're going to catch up with XAI, Anthropic, and many of the other bigger players. OpenAI, unfortunately, is a money pit that I don't think we'll ever see a dime out of, even though it's now for profit against its nonprofit status where it started. And Hong Kong is protesting after Panama takes full control of 2 key ports in the Panama Canal because China wanted to keep them. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's Hong Kong protesting or China with the big whining sounds. We've got Waymo's robo-taxis now being dispatched in 10 major markets, expanding to 4 already this week. And the expansion is including Texas and Florida. But this technology is ancient. The LiDAR stuff and everything else it relies on fails. And unlike Tesla, which is going to have no need for a steering wheel in their robo-taxi, all of the current Teslas out there can have FSD and become taxis themselves. So Waymo's way behind the game here, and they have to continually remap, whereas Tesla's just doing it in real time. House rejects a bill requiring aircraft locator systems to prevent mid-air collisions like last year's. Yeah, good question. Why would this happen? Well, I don't know. This is not speaking to the best interests of Americans. That's probably why it's happening. And if you guys didn't realize, last night was the State of the Union, which didn't look so good for one particular party. And finally, we've got a bear story, and we're going to take our time with this one. Let's talk a little bit about this zoo bear. Hang on, I got to get rid of this. This is wild. I had already gotten rid of this last night, but everything reset this morning. There we go. A beloved CM zoo bear prepares for cancer treatment. That's right. The bear is getting cancer treatment right now at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. The staff members are rallying around the beloved family bear member as Emmett, a 20-year-old grizzly bear, was found to have a cancerous lump. So believe it or not, we can take care of cancer in bears. I would wish we would hope, and I would say we should be doing it in humans as well. But according to the CM Zoo, recent biopsy results reveal that the lump based in Emmett's tail is cancerous. They're working to give him the best fighting chance at the disease, balancing a humane quality of life for Emmett. And they're putting an animal under anesthesia, saying it's always risky, which it is. This is a nice picture here of Emmett, courtesy of the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. And with that, we can only hope for the best for our grizzly friend in Montana, and anybody else that, loves bears as much as I do is praying for a safe and healthy recovery. And there you are, the 6-Minute Daily done in under 6 minutes. In fact, I had room for more material. I want to say a quick shout out, and thank you to the people who popped into the chat today that I haven't seen in a long, long time. Obviously, we want to say thank you to Texas84 for gifting 5 Culture Casino memberships. And Ruby Hoove, again, mentioning for one more Culture Casino membership. And our friend Clifflix, who was also out there in the world, celebrating with us today, trying to draw me into extending my pocketbook a little bit, which I can't blame him. I had a great time hanging out with Clifflix last time. Let's say thank you once again to the 5 months of membership from Texas84, saying good morning, Culturians, indeed. We had a few other super duper chats that went by, including a member returning, my good friend, one of my favorite Louisiana residents, Man of War, who's out there in the world. I hope everything's going well with you and your family. We love you. We miss you. We hope we get to see you. We're going to be driving towards the East Coast at some point in the spring for sure. So while I may not be at MegaCon, I will be traversing the majority of the 10 freeway on the way out. So I should be able to see many of you that are along that pathway, all the way to Central Florida, up through maybe not. I'm not sure which one I'm going to head north on, but one of the highways heading north from Florida to South Carolina to see Mike, Mexican Iron Man, and on the way back through Tennessee. That's right. Because I need to look at land, because I need to buy land, because I need to relocate to Tennessee where things are reasonable and state tax is non-existent. So you guys are amazing. And thanks for rejoining us, my friend. Thank you for rejoining us, Man of War. I've been missing you. Or maybe upgrading. I'm not sure. The rest of you, I just want to say we had a great morning, all because of you. Texas84, of course, using the member chat to say, 5 months of membership. Thank you for that. And again, Texas, thank you for gifting the 5 Culture Casino memberships. Right there. Right here. Right here. Hey, did you catch the one from member super chat from Snarky Distinct Nugget? I think I did at the very beginning when we were starting Ms. Pitt Cafe, but I'll read it again saying some love for the Staple Pro family members. That's right. 3 months of membership. Thank you, Snarky Distinct Nugget, for that. And the 10 gifted memberships early this morning. Razgriz is in the house. Razgriz is in the house. Good to see you. CMZ got a membership. Commander Ed Straker Shadow is out there. A lot of you showed up packing. We got a lot of great folks in this morning. I appreciate it. Detangled Shadows is here, otherwise known as Death Angels Shadows. I already said hi to Georgia Peach, but I'll do it again. North Georgia Mountains here. Well, you'll be close enough. You'll be close enough. Culture, that means you will be close to me in Georgia. Of course I will be. Again, there's a reason we're moving that way, folks. So not just for the great tax benefits. East Tennessee here. There you go. There you go, my friends on the east side. I-20 to Columbia. There you go. I have to tell you, I love traveling the roads. I'm one of those like weird people that love to drive the freeways in this country. And again, maybe by then I'll have a $20,000 Tesla with FSD. Who knows? But the Model 2s were officially announced, so they will be available this year. So there's that. And Barry says, I live close to I-24. You'll know it well when you get to Tennessee. Yeah, I know. What I love about Tennessee is the high-speed internet is for real there. How do I know? Because I was part of planning it way back when. That was one of my first and last, well, that's not technically true. That was like my 4th corporate job. In college, I did have to work for some corporations, including Sears, but that was to pay for school. So. Also sold cars. I admitted that if you paid attention to Loki's channel, and especially on Wednesdays when he does his YouTube chat conversations, he's talking to people and having them talk about their YouTube experiences. You always learn a lot because everybody lets their guard down with Loki, because it's like talking to like one of your best buds sitting on a bar stool, or maybe sharing a little bit at a Chick-fil-A, maybe sharing a meal. It's always like, safe place and fun place to talk. So there you go. That's the only time I'll probably ever say safe place on a live stream. Anyway, who else is out there? Penny's out there. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well. Davina's killing it. You guys out there are all just amazing. What was that where Deliverance happened? I don't know. I'll be checking it out. I'm hoping to have a crick in my own yard. I know that gives way to waterway rights and everything else, but it's still, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Everything else is going to be walled up and well signed and cameraed for no trespassing. I will invite everybody I can to participate in the studios and the sound stages. You're going to need to actually know me to get to the house and everything else. So there's that. Let's see. I'm south of Atlanta, misplaced Texan. Well, there you go. And let me tell you, Atlanta's not that far from the area in Tennessee I'm looking at. So there you go. It's one. I think it's the closest biggest airport. Although there's still one that's not, relatively regional. It'll work for most purposes. Teslas do suck in bad weather. That's true. But I have 4 other vehicles and all of those work pretty well. So I'm not worried about it. My big old truck will be able to handle that really well. And thank you. Look, I just want to say Ms. Pico Cafe keeps me up to speed. You're one of the best wrenches here. In fact, I have the best wrenches. Everybody here, from Tom to Jill to Matt G. We've got a lot of incredible people out there. Hey, Jamie is out there. Good to see you. Look at all these wonderful people. First Dragon Queen. You're a good person, Culture Casino. Hugs for all. Thank you, dear. You're a good person as well. I love you. You guys should check out her channel if you haven't already. She's a lot of fun. She does different stuff. Sometimes different is good. At least, that's been my experience. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Beach dads in the house. When we get our daughter out of high school, we're going that way, leaving the beach. Way too expensive. You know what? One of the things I desperately miss about Southern California, and again, Pacific Beach specifically, is I could walk everywhere or skateboard everywhere or, rollerblade everywhere. And I did. But the young part of my life was all about that beach situation, especially in the summertime. And the beach house was great. It wasn't right on the beach. It was just off the beach, which made it slightly less expensive. And, I learned how to do everything: scuba dive, snorkels, surf, boogie board. I learned diving. I learned everything there for the most part. Learned an awful lot about just about everything. I learned about lobsters there. One of the neat things about La Jolla Cove is that you can actually just dive down with a snorkel and just kind of explore the little bit of a reef that is there. It's a protected region, and there are a lot of lobster in there just kind of hanging out. So it was really cool. Beach is too expensive for a lot of different reasons. Maintenance is incredibly expensive for especially beach houses. One of the reasons why the houses in that part of PB or San Diego down there, specifically along Mission Beach and Pacific Beach and all that, one of the reasons why the majority of those houses are remodeled into being glass and stainless steel structures is because of the huge maintenance costs that are required for a beach home. So when I was looking into Cocoa Beach, which is one of the places that, I nearly bought property, I was thinking, well, how do I rebuild here in a way that reduces maintenance? And you really don't have a lot of options. It just becomes a battle, for keeping ahead of the rust and everything else. So Texas, like, my job put me here. Yeah, I've relocated for a lot of jobs, so I understand that. So who else is out there? Loki doesn't like my AI, but I do, Putin. I love it. I always give you a little love on it. I think it's good stuff. I enjoy it. Should have turned right at Albuquerque. There you go. Oh, man. So if you know anything about Albuquerque, and I do, I always thought Breaking Bad was a little bit misleading because of where it is and how it was shot and some of the stuff that they leave out. There's some it's really much worse off than most people realize, in my opinion. If you live in Albuquerque and you love it, hey, no shade. I would prefer Santa Fe, but that's me. There are a few mountainous areas that I think I would enjoy as much, but I'm trying to get away from the desert Southwest and try to find, a place where there's actually 4 seasons. So, Hollywood is Dollywood is your new park. Hang up. Oh, I know. I'm looking forward to it. As somebody who grew up with Disneyland basically being the home park, and that goes all the way back to my mom when she was a little girl, 1955. That's a whole other story. But yeah, Dollywood is definitely the new park hangout. I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be so close. I'm so excited. You guys don't know. This is America's park. Now that the destruction of Frontierland is nearly completed by the new leadership, neo-Marxists, and all of the minions that still exist, courtesy of Bob Iger, people are going to have to go to better places. And I think with the investment about to go into Dollywood, it's not only going to be a better place, it might be the preferred place for vacations, especially seasonally. So there's that. Hey, Evie Day Corgie's in the house. Good to see you. And my niece is a real estate agent in East Tennessee, not too far north of the Georgia state line. That's good to know, 11 Alpha. I may have to reach out to you. Although that's not specifically the area I'm going to be in, but we can talk about it. I'm looking for land and water, and I'm not looking to overpay for acreage. And right now, if you take a look at real estate across the nation, we're starting to see where buyers are not no longer outpacing sellers. Sellers are actually plentiful. Buyers are in short supply. You're also seeing days in market. They've been rising like crazy. And even in investment properties, which is a keen interest of mine. Those numbers are starting to dwindle, and people are begging for some of these homes on near bankruptcy repossession types of bases. It's starting to look like 2008 is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. So there's that. Hey, First Dragon Queen's going to try to have a new video today. Check it out. She does wonderful reviews and covers other things and always gives you a wonderful fact about dragons. She knows her stuff. Corporeal Being says that used to be the Taco Bell motto. Different is good. Yeah, well, one of the original Taco Bell and Del Taco restaurants were in SoCal at the same time. So, and not that far away from walking distance. See, this is what I loved about it. Like the Ralph's was walking distance. Everything was like walking distance. Like I could go grocery shop, get fresh groceries. Could go to any of the great restaurants. Even the hotel restaurants were good back then. Even the restaurant at the Bahia. Or the Catamaran, same company owned both of those. That's why there's a boat in betwixt the two. You had the amazing parks that were close there, and a roller coaster, old-fashioned wooden roller coaster down there. So, yeah. They just announced the coal trains are being converted to oil. It helps us people with allergies. There you go. Southwest Florida here, Culture Casino, 4 hours from Kennedy. See, that's perfect. Again, I looked at Cocoa Beach specifically because of its proximity to the military base, the ports, and everything else. And I was thinking retirement was going to be full of cruises. And then I ran into all of you guys. So I don't mind changing plans. But that was going to be retirement. It was going to be my folks are doing it. They're out doing cruises, going vacation all the time. But yeah. What about Mobile Beach? Mobile Beach home. Never considered Mobile. But I have to tell you, I mean, if you think about it, GDP of Alabama is beating out the whole of Canada. That should tell you something. Good things happening there. Pebble Beach was great in California. I had the chance to play golf there. Absolutely gorgeous. Windy as heck. Goodness. It's like it can be very unfun when it's very windy. The ball's not going where you hit it. So there's that. It's one of the reasons why seaside courses aren't as enjoyable as you think they would be because of wind. Wind really messes with your ball. Gosh, you guys are on fire day. You got John the Beagle Dad out there. Let's see, what did John say? John said, "Good morning. You need blue." Oh, wait a minute. Ms. Pit Cafe is already a wrench. Or are you talking about over on the over on the YouTube side? I don't know. Maybe I need. Does she have a? Is she over there? If she is and she's not blue, I gotta fix that. Let's see. Oh, she's not. Ooh, I should get fired. Let's see what I can do about that. Ms. Pit Cafe. Add as moderator and save. I'm blue, ba ba dee ba. There you go. You are knighted. That's what we used to call it when you got a wrench. You were knighted. Anyway, Detangled Shadow says, "Well, I did have 6 inches of snow a few weeks ago. Thankfully, it's gone now, and back up to 50." Yeah, look, I was telling the story this morning, and again, if you missed Loki's show, you missed out. That's a great place to be on Wednesdays. I'm just going to tell you, talking to other creators. He had Pops on last Wednesday. I'm glad he's back to doing that. His interviews are great. Like I said, you reveal a lot. You get to know the people in depth because he lets people talk. He leaves room for conversation, and then he asks very important questions. And he's a good friend of mine. So it's like you're listening to a phone conversation between the two of us is what it's like. So, but it was good. L Bird says we'll open a restaurant in Santa Fe. Really? Oh, I love. Look, they're Santa Fe's great. Like okay, so I used to like going to the really weird hippy dippy places, not because I was a hippy dippy weirdo, but like I would go to like Sedona, Arizona, and enjoy that. Or I would go to Santa Fe or go to many other places that just kind of have a different vibe, right? The community is real chilled out. They're very SoCal, right? So, and those are the spaces where it just that is like right in my personality window, just to chill. A lot of people wouldn't have guessed that about me, especially when I was younger. But I like a chill vibe. Like even if it's like blazing hot, like Lake Havasu, that is blazing hot, and still originally it's not the same there anymore, but originally it was very chilled out vibe. The area around Lake Mead used to be the same way. Boulder, Vegas was very chill. Silverton, Colorado, Crested Butte, otherwise known as Krusty Butt, was very chilled out. Yeah. I just like that vibe, and they're like the area around Dollywood specifically is pretty chilled out for as developed as it is. So, and again, like you said, one of the best internet locations in the world is in the state of Tennessee. So, if you're looking for speed, yo quiero Taco Bell. Yep. And look, it puts me closer to Nick and to Coach and everybody else. So, I mean, there's 1,000 reasons to get out there. And some of those are because once I get studios built on the property that I'm going to, rent out for very cheap prices for creators and stuff. Once I get those in place, like that's the whole point, right? So I can get creators to come together and do panel shows and have conversations and do stuff like that. I could not be more thrilled. So there's that. When you say taco, say viva. Okay. Taco viva. Viva Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. There you go. Anyway. Chihuahua. Check out Gibbs Gardens in Ball Ground, Georgia. You betcha. Opening February 27th. Beautiful place. Indeed. Look, I love Georgia. Had a family member on the island, or one of the islands there in Georgia. It's weird when you have family in the military, just how much moving around and opportunity you have to go different places. So, watch rocket launches from interesting places too. Property in Florida is overpriced. Yeah, California is the same problem. Look, the climate in California is just the best. SoCal, especially so. So the arguments for moving to California were strong. And in fact, I had stronger arguments to move to Hawaii. But once you've experienced island fever, being on Hawaii for so long, you and love to the 808 for all of you like Hawaii Dragonstar and many others that are big fans of the channel, which I appreciate you. You almost had me. You almost had me. I bought land. You almost had me 3 acres. And yeah, kind of glad I didn't move. One of my favorite towns in the world was Lahaina, and what happened there was a tragedy. It almost feels intentional. Of course, I bought land on the Big Island, so that's a different conversation. Let's see. I don't need to be a wrench. It doesn't matter. Already happened. You can't stop it. Razor burns out there. Good to see you. Look at all these wonderful people. I like when you share where you're from. I appreciate it. Freeze. I'm a mod. Randall, it's good to see you, buddy. That's one thing. You know, Morgan King originally started asking me to move up to Colorado. Or excuse me, not Colorado, to Canada. And I'm like, y'all deal with too much snow. Look, I have a cabin up north, right? And it gets plenty of snow. And it's hard to travel and traverse the tiny little township that we've got up there. And yeah, it's great. It's great to visit in the winter. And then by the time I get the cabin heated up so that it's like, you know, shorts weather in the cabin, I have to leave. So I spent all that time and effort, money to get the cabin heated up to a reasonable temperature. And then it's time to go. And it's been remodeled quite significantly, new flooring and lots of other things. I put up a new oven and range up there not that long ago. It's got a new refrigerator and all of that. It's got a barbecue. My family has spent a ton of money remodeling the deck up there, and it's got multiple deck locations, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's a great place to go in the spring and the summer, and early winter. But once you get more than a foot of snow on the side of the road, it's just a bummer. And look, I'll take 20 inches that is going to be down to like 5 inches in 4 or 5 days. I don't care about that. And that happens up there frequently as well. But I'm too old to shovel snow, and I don't enjoy cold that much. So anyway, what else is happening? We got great people out here. I couldn't ask for more. You guys are absolutely the best. The next stop on your morning escapade, I hope, is going to be that Park Place, which is coming up here in 45 minutes or so, a little more than 45 minutes. I unfortunately have I have to create more video content for y'all and start to build out the show for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm hoping, just letting you into my personal life for a minute. I'm hoping that my doctor gives me good news tomorrow, and we start the gradual lowering of all my medications. I'm taking 2 medications I think are absolutely and completely unnecessary, and they aren't the net side effects are not particularly good for anybody over 50, which I'm over 50. So, and I'm going to eventually try to get back. Look, I'm going to say something very specifically to my friend Ian. You guys need to go and check out Rebecca Gold. This man makes gold. Ian makes incredible things, and it's been so long since I got to hang out with him. I feel like the guys over in the UK are like ignoring me. You know, between Ian and Dan, I get invited to nothing anymore. Anyway, he sends £5, which he shouldn't have. You need to spend all that money on your amazing channel. But this is a web series, Rebecca Gold, that he has put together that you should be watching. Recently on Twitter, he's given us some behind the scenes footage. I've shared it on X. If you follow me on X, you should be, if you're on X. And I just can't say enough nice things about this guy. He's amazing. Says, I know this is not much. It's too much. But should be enough for a coffee. It is, because your pounds are still worth more money than the US dollar. So uh, you are you are you're too kind, my friend. So there's that. We got another super duper chat here, just firing up from our friend Randall up in Canada, eh? For $10 Canadian. You guys are so generous. I'm so blessed with the amazing folks out there. We started the show off with Stinky, Snarky the Stink Nugget, dropping memberships and member chats and everything else. You guys are just crazy. Anyway, says, did you see? I'm going to tell you right now, seeing is a issue. Ever since my emergency, my vision has gotten much worse. So we are headed to the ophthalmologist to see just how badly damaged my eyes are. But did you see that Alphabet gal complaining about the cost of living in Canada? Oh yeah. The chick that fled the U.S. Yeah, I saw that. She's crazy. Do your research, people. She was begging for someone to let her live somewhere for free. Yeah. Canada's not cheap. You guys have a affordability issue as well, all created by leadership in your country for 8, 10, 12 years, maybe longer. This Carney guy, you literally empowered one of the people that invests in a corporation that exploits your nation. I think it's called Brookfield. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But he's one of the exploiters in chief. He's not, as far as I know, he's not really Canadian. Didn't he work in other governments across the world before he got there? He's a WEF plant. Anybody that wears that WEF pin is pure evil. Sorry. It's just true. Your intentions are not for your nation. It's for some global world third power piece of garbage. Don't do that. But I appreciate Randall Orser and the extraordinary gift he's given. So, yeah, definitely do your research. Randall's good with money too. Tina, oh, it's been a minute, dear. It's so good to see you. Tina Guzman returns. All right. Yeah. Alpha says, 11 Alpha says, exchange rates are meaningless. Your pounds still buy less for most goods and services than our dollars. Well, especially here in the U.S. Yeah. But it's incredibly generous, which I appreciate. All of you are very generous. I'm flooded with the generosity of all of y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I thought everything was free in Canada. Well, if you want maid service, wow. 100,000 lives so far taken by maid in Canada. If that number is real, which I haven't seen anybody prove it wasn't, I'm terrified for your nation. Yeah, Carney, you work for the UK from what I've heard. Yeah, it was foreign nation interference. Look, Starmer's working for somebody. I think it's China, to be fair. He's not working for the UK, folks. That guy is paralyzed in fear of losing his job. I think it might mean that he's not, with us anymore if that happens. And he's made some terrible decisions. Trying to shut people up is the worst possible thing. It signals you're a tyrant, which is the problem that the French have right now with the tyranny. You can look around the world right now, and if somebody's trying to shut you up or somebody's trying to control you, like get your ID in order for you to utilize something, it's a fear technique. It's so they can control you and socially control you. That's not good. China owns Carney. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Quite clear, especially with some of the trade moves you guys have made. I think it's because he was like, well, who am I going to irritate the least if I make a trade deal with him. And he picked China and not the US. That's dumb. We've been trading partners for 100 plus years. What's going on? I mean, I don't know. Maybe just the way the government is built in Canada is a distinct disadvantage. So not just that you're a tyrant, but that you are afraid. You know what, D. Fendel, you're 100% right. By the way, one of my favorite pictures of the Duke, John Wayne. Man. Anyway, I've said enough. Yeah, Island fever is real, says Ms. Pitcoffey. Good to know. I wonder if it depends on the size of the. I'm telling you, I was on the Big Island. That's where I bought my land, and it doesn't matter. You stay somewhere more than 3 weeks, over a month, you all of a sudden are getting jittery. And one of the most frequent destinations for the people on the islands in Hawaii specifically was Vegas. They could get cheap flights from, especially from Honolulu, to Vegas. And that used to be okay back when Vegas was affordable. Vegas is compared to what it used to be, it's a ghost town. But you can still feel old Vegas in the local places, like if you go to Stations or Palace or any of those things. But you got to get off the strip in order to get that experience. So, Air Raid Specialist says China was dirt on him, on everyone at this point. Has dirt, yeah. No, I think that's probably true. And I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of the spy rings and stuff that we're allowed to escalate and advance in multiple nations. You can't let another foreign entity set up a police station on your soil. That's a surrender of sovereignty. No. That's a no. Oh, I think there's a ton of compromise on Starmer, definitely on Carney. Waltz is definitely showing signs of being maybe the most corrupt U.S. politician in history, which is saying something after Hillary Clinton. But yeah, you don't lose $70 billion. California is even worse. So what do they have on the Joker? You got to ask your question what that is. Yeah, Vegas was a good place to buy rental houses several years back. Indeed. Yeah, investment in the rental markets. I looked at them. Corporeal being bringing up the fourth turning book. Yeah, and this is the other problem. As gambling becomes more prolific around the country, Las Vegas loses a lot of its luster and draw. Well, and that was one of the big problems, right? First, the Native American casinos started to get compacts working with the governors of the state to allow them to open small facilities that were supposed to be controlled. It doesn't seem like they're in control anymore. Yeah, everybody here kind of is on the same page, it seems. So there's that. All right, folks, I do need to step out. As I said before, in about 35 minutes, you're going to get to check out that Park Place. I'll maybe making an appearance there later today, but that's your automatic redirect on the YouTube side of the equation. Green Machine, you are on self-redirect mode, as Ms. Pitcoffey likes to say. So you guys are on fire. You really are a raid specialist. Keep doing what you're doing. I really love and appreciate things. I'm going to grab that particular clip to use for the channel. I wish I'd uploaded it on this side today before we started, but Loki and I hung out for a while, and then I had to go make breakfast. Look at all these great people. Everybody, it's like old home week. Like Rogue Thinker showed up here with the best avatar ever. Investment in homes should be illegal. Homes are for living. The investing has driven prices so high. I think that if you're talking about BlackRock, Blackstone, and big institutional investors creating and buying up REITs and giant tracts of homes, I agree with you. But I think individual home ownership is not necessarily a bad thing if they're turned into rentals, because usually that means you're not disconnected from the community. But again, opinions can vary. Two things can exist at once, so that's fine. Not worry about it. But as Miss Pig Cafe says, and I say as well, be sure to take care of yourself. Oh, wait. I love Vegas hotel resort fees. So that's the problem, right? Pay $1 for the room and $200 for the resort fee. Great scam. Not really. Well, the minute they took away free valet was the thing that really bothered me the most. I used to be a regular, like I said before, I used to be a regular on the strip, specifically at the Harrah's properties. The Paris was like one of my favorite locations to stay. I could they like I would take the big truck to Vegas. They would valet park that, and they would park it right up front because the big truck's beautiful. It's a gorgeous vehicle. And they'd valet park it right in the front. So I'd have getaway parking ready to go and get out of the circle. It used to be worth it back then. The wind's gorgeous, but it's too pretentious for me. I like it. It's just not great. But anyway, on that note, we're going to get out of here. I think we're going to, well, unfortunately it's Wednesday. So I think Wilton's going to throw me off a roof. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, see ya and enjoy your day, please.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to CultureCasino yet?
Well, no.
Friggin' A.
Oh!
These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.